Good evening, everyone. Well, the plan was for me to bring this weekly word on the go. So I was going to do it earlier outside because it was a really nice day out, and I was going to walk down to the water and stuff, but because I have an example that I was going to do down at the water, but as I was walking down, I found a bunch of people down at the water, so that changed things. And it's kind of weird too, because it's Tuesday afternoon and end of November. There's people down at the water. I thought that was kind of weird, but oh well. So anyway, it was a beautiful day out today, and yeah, just didn't turn out. So anyway, I don't have an actual scripture that I'm going to be reading this time, but I do have. I'm pulling out a couple of stories and stuff, and I'll have the scriptures written down for you guys to look up. And so this one is all about listening, being able to listen to God's voice and what He wants you to do, and how important that is for us to do. You know, sometimes in our daily life we get so busy with everything. Even in the church, we get so busy with work that needs to be done, stuff that needs to be accomplished, that we don't take time to just wait and listen on God. And if you look through Bible stories that you know, just different stories, you'll find in every one of them that they waited and they knew what God wanted them to do. They listened. And because of that, they were able to do what they needed to get done. With David, he pulled the 5 stones out of the brook and killed Goliath. He did exactly what God told him to do, and because of that, he was able to defeat Goliath. Then Elijah, when he challenged the prophets of Baal, he built the altar exactly how God told him to do it, and because of that, God honored that, and he consumed the sacrifice in the altar. Then with Moses, now what I was going to do for this, I was going to have my staff, and I was going to be down at the water, and I was going to say, with Moses, God told him to stretch out his staff over the water, and then when he did that, the Red Sea would part. So I was going to go and stretch my staff out over the water and nothing would happen. And that would be because God didn't tell me to do that. God didn't tell me that that's what I needed to do. Then I was going to say something about that I wasn't even going to try walking on water because I knew God didn't tell me to do that. And I would end up falling into the freezing cold water and getting hypothermia, probably. But we always need to be listening to what God tells us to do. Sometimes people, if you're in a healing service or something, people will come up and they'll be really excited, wanting people to get healed, and they'll go up and start praying for people. And then when the people don't get healed, they're all confused. They don't know why that the people weren't healed. But they have to ask themselves, did God tell me to do that, or did I go and pray for them just because I wanted to be the person to heal them? I wanted the miracle to happen through me. Is it a spiritual thing or a self thing? We always need to be making sure that we take time to listen to what God has for us, what He wants to speak through us, and instead of just running out and doing whatever we feel like it. Because when we go out and do what we want, things aren't going to turn out very well. And I'm just thinking, for the people out there who are looking for a spouse, a husband or wife, and they run out there, they pick anybody they want. They pick just some random person, pretty much. And if they're not taking the time to listen to what God has for them, chances are they're going to end up picking the wrong person. And I think, my personal opinion is that's why there's so many divorces out there. It's because the people, they don't take time to listen to what God has for them. If they would take time to listen before they got that far, they'd probably hear God saying, don't go there. That's not the person I want for you. And we always need to be conscious of what God has for us and what He's trying to say to us. Just like all those people in the Bible, things happened because they did exactly what God told them to do. Nothing more and nothing less. If we do less than what God expects of us, then things aren't going to happen the way they should. And if we try and do more than what God has told us, things probably aren't going to happen. Like if he tells us, like he told David to pick out 5 stones from the brook. If David had picked up 10, that would probably be showing that he wasn't putting all of his faith and his trust in God, and he probably wouldn't have slain Goliath. So when we're doing things for God, we need to make sure that we're always doing them exactly how he asks us to do it. That way we'll get the results that he wants and not the results that we want, because he knows the greater plan and he knows what he's doing a lot better than what we know. So there you have it. Always, no matter how busy you are, always take time in your day to just sit and listen to God, hear what he wants for you, and hear what he wants for your day, how he wants it to plan out. So, I guess that's it for this one. God bless your heart, your kidneys, your vital organs, and your non-vital organs. See you next week.